Right now on News 9 this morning, Oklahoma veterans left with a large bill after the VA makes a big funding rule change.
We were just shocked, like my own car in person, and it was crazy.
But first, a traffic stop ends with a woman slamming into a parked car. And Cassie Hyder is here with your Sunday forecast right now.
This is Oklahoma's own News 9.
Good morning and thanks for joining us this Sunday, October 23rd. I'm Chris Gilmore and Cassie is here with our weather. Cassie, I heard that it was a cool morning, but warm weather to come?
Yeah, it's definitely cool out there this morning. So if you're headed out the door anytime soon, just grab an extra layer. You will want it, but it will be warming up later on today, so you won't necessarily need it this afternoon. Storm Shield 9 showing a pretty quiet picture. Once again, we do have some showers and storms in northern Mexico moving into Texas and a lot of clouds associated with that. And eventually some of those clouds will be moving into Oklahoma. In the meantime, we've also got a cold front in the northern plains. That's going to be shifting off to the south and east, eventually dropping into northern Oklahoma, but not necessarily providing any rainfall. Now, over the past several days, we're talking about the entire month of October so far, we've had above normal temperatures in the 70s and the 80s to near 90 degrees. So overall, we're about 3.5 degrees above normal. So not surprising that today is going to be another one of those days. Right now, this is our Integris camera from our Air Comfort Skycam network. It is 53 degrees out there, wind out of the south at 9 miles an hour, and it is another dry morning. 57 degrees in Stillwater, 55 in Seminole, 60 in Guthrie, and 59 degrees over in Edmond. Across the rest of the state, pretty much the same temperatures. We're talking about the 40s to as much as around 60 degrees in Ponca City, 43 though in Idabel, and 53 here in the metro. Everyone's seeing that south to southeast wind between about 10 to as much as around 20 miles an hour. That's going to help to push temperatures to above normal later on today. So again, a very quiet picture. When can we possibly see that next chance for rain? We're going to talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. Chris?
Thanks, Cassie. We're following breaking news this morning. Police try to pull over a driver near Western and Wilshire, but the attempted traffic stop ends in a crash. The female driver of that car was injured. Witnesses say she slammed into a parked car around 1 o'clock this morning. The owner of that car says she totaled his.
She was moving fast, like she probably blew through that stoplight, and she was really moving. And I mean, I think she's okay, but that was really dangerous. That was really close.
Boyd says he believes the driver was drunk. Police say no arrests have been made, but the investigation is ongoing. Police are also investigating after finding a car turned over in a ditch overnight. Officers on the scene tell us the car was stolen. Police found the car in a ditch near Twin Creek at Southwest 18th and Westwood. New this morning, a victim is shot in the leg with a sawed-off shotgun. Now police are looking for the shooter. It happened around 11 last night at a home near Southwest 18th and May. Police say the suspect drove up in a minivan, shot the victim, then drove away. No word yet on the victim's condition. Flames ripped through a roof of a Nichols Hills home. Now fire crews are trying to find out what caused the fire. It happened yesterday afternoon near Northwest 63rd and Penn. Fire crews say the flames had already reached the attic of the home when they arrived on the scene. It's unclear where the fire started.
Once we get it safe in there, we can get in there and start investigating. We'll be able to tell a little bit clearer.
The homeowners were not home when the fire started. Not all was lost, though. Fire crews were able to rescue the family's pet. More questions today about why veterans attending flight schools in Oklahoma have been told the VA will no longer be picking up the tab. News 9's Steve Shaw continues to cover the story, leaving our veterans in the lurch.
It makes me feel like they don't know what they're doing and like they don't care about us at all.
31-year-old Air Force veteran Daniel Hall is one of at least 19 OU flight school students who got this letter last week. It basically says they're on their own. The VA will no longer be paying for their flight school, which runs around 10 grand a semester.
All they care about is the bottom line, and they don't care about the sacrifices that we've made. They don't care about the way that we've held our end of the bargain. They just want to find a way to weasel out of theirs.
What will really make your blood boil is this. Honoring America's Warriors Executive Director Scotty D's been snooping around on this since we told him about it last Tuesday. He says the 4 Oklahoma flight schools where this ending in VA funding has occurred are the only flight schools where it's happening, period.
Which is what's hard to understand because of the egregious things that occurred with VA money. The guy in the helicopter program with $500,000 that was spent, that was out in Arizona. And so why they're not pinning those schools down, I don't know, but Oklahoma hasn't had any of those types of egregious deals. I understand that it's expensive tuition, but nonetheless, they made a promise to these guys and they need to keep it.
An Oklahoma VA spokesperson Friday referred all questions to another state office. They tell me the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is calling the shots. Steve Shaw, News 9.
Thanks, Steve. Senator Jim Inhofe and Congressman Steve Russell are working on this. Do you ever wonder, where does all my tax money go? City officials are breaking down where our sales tax are going. The city is near 4 cents per dollar. Half of that goes towards the general fund. 3/4 of a cent goes towards public safety. 1/8 to the Oklahoma City Zoo, and 1 cent goes to MAPS 3. We also pay 4.5 cents in state sales tax. If that state question 779 passes, the number will increase by 1 cent for teacher pay raises and education funding. And caught on camera, 4 men breaking into cars in a metro neighborhood. The crooks have been connected to a rash of auto burglaries in northwest Oklahoma County. This is video from Deer Creek Village near Northwest 150th and MacArthur. Police say they're reviewing surveillance footage from numerous homes and they've made a few arrests. A man in Pontotoc County is warning others about a scam that cost him his life savings. The 82-year-old says he lost more than $23,000 after receiving a text promising him more than $1 million if he sent money to random addresses around the world. When he received a package full of cash, deputies showed up thinking he was the suspect, since that money turned out to be from another victim in Arizona.
I'm just real glad that the man that was out the $30,000, that he will get his money returned.
It's unlikely the Pontotoc man will get any of his money back. Well, happening now, federal investigators are trying to track down whoever unleashed a wave of cyber attacks on some of the largest websites in the U.S. on Friday. Twitter, Netflix, and dozens of other companies nearly drowned in web traffic from millions of hijacked machines. Now the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security are investigating. A group called New World Hackers has claimed responsibility for the attack.
The notion of launching a massive attack, not against a targeted entity, but simply a DDoS attack to disrupt the internet, could have massive economic impacts in the United States.
Experts say we should be prepared for similar attacks in the future. And coming up, a new accuser comes forward while Donald Trump debuts a new proposal for our nation. But first, how a Metro musician tries to ease the stress of having a loved one in the hospital. And Cassie Hyder is back with a look at the warm week ahead.